So when you hear the words network marketing, what is your immediate thoughts? Well, what I found out is people usually land in 1, 2, or 3 different categories. Category number 1 is they have no idea what it is. I think it has something to do with computers. Category number 2 is they have an uncle that had a cousin that used to have a girlfriend that tried it one time, but she never got off the couch, so she never made money, so now the whole family thinks it's a scam. Or category number 3 is people have actually seen people invest into these companies and follow the system and change their families' lives for generations to come. So let me give you the actual facts of this industry, not just opinions or hearsay. Here's the facts. Network marketing is the second highest payroll in the world, next to pro athletes. Network marketing in the last 30 years have made more independent millionaires than any other individual business structure. And network marketing is structured to build a 2 to 5 year retirement asset, and the asset is willable to be willed down through generations to come, long after the person that built it has passed on. Those are the facts. To back up those facts, let's look at some companies that have actually built in network marketing. One company is called Avon. Avon last year did $11 billion in world sales. Another company, Pampered Chef. They just closed out at $14 billion in sales. And the facts of this is 40% of those companies' total money is actually paid out to people that work in the business. So based on these numbers, do you think there's anyone in the world that makes money in network marketing? The answer is yes. So my question to you is, if you were given the chance one time to go back in time, position yourself in the very beginning of any one of these companies, back in 1886 when Avon first started, or 1942 when Pampered Chef first started, and been one of the first ones to join, and you knew what it was going to turn into, would you do it? And if you answered yes, it's a smart decision. I'll show you this. At this point, this is when I quit looking at people's opinions that never made money at this industry, and I started focusing on the people that were making 100 grand a year to 100 grand a month income in this industry. And I found out they evaluate these companies on 3 different ways. The first thing they evaluate a company on is timing. If you're going to invest time and money into a company, you need to be on the ground floor for the substantial success. Next thing you gotta have is a company that will pay you in the early stages of the company, in the middle stages, and in the highest stages of the company. And third thing you gotta have is your product. But when you're looking at a product, you have to have a product that is a 30-day consumable, something that has a high reorder rate, and something that is for everything breathing, but has no competition. But the key thing that seals this guideline together is having active mentorship in your back pocket, willing to guide you through the process, to where it's not if it works. There's people that know how to develop these industries willing to teach you how to develop your own. So let's talk about this company. This company is a publicly traded company on NASDAQ. The company is called LifeVantage. And my first question I had was timing. How many people are involved? And that's when I found this company grows on something called a growth curve. Every company does. This is called your ground floor, for lack of better words. And then this up here, that's called your 2 late stage. Now, where do you think most people get involved at? Right there. The secret is for big success, getting involved down here. And down there, statistically, in other network marketing companies, is the first 150,000 people per country that join a company. That's considered, quote unquote, your ground floor, your once-in-a-lifetime position. Well, LifeVantage is public, so you can look at our numbers, and if you look today, we're sitting at less than 80,000 people involved in our company, but that's in the world. So if that's considered your benchmark for the ground floor per country, we're sitting at 80,000 in the world. Timing, where are we at? Can you say basement? Next thing I want to know is what the product was. Well, LifeVantage has a product made out of 5 natural herbs that together, the formulation activates something in your body called NRF2. And when this is activated, we can clinically prove that we can slow down the process known as oxidative stress by 40% in the 30-day window in every mammal breathing. Oxidative stress is essentially cellular aging, cellular damage, or the rust in your body. Oxidative stress is linked to hundreds of major diseases. And LifeVantage said we can clinically prove to reduce that in every mammal by 40% in 30 days. And when we made that claim, we caught a lot of media attention. Attention from ABC News, attention from NBC News, attention from PBS 2020. They came to us. In fact, ABC went as far as to call us a scam, and they wanted to come investigate us. And instead of us running another way, we told ABC News to show up. In fact, we wanted them to do a blood test on national news to prove the results. So they did. So by the results, after the investigation was done, the results were a 45% reduction. And that was in a 2-week window. When that investigation first aired and the results came out, all of a sudden we now had medical institutions calling us up wanting to pour their own money and research into LifeVantage's product. In fact, in 2005, there was 26 universities that initiated studies on nerve 2 activation. The updates are it's 2016. To date, we have 7,400 plus third-party peer-reviewed studies that are published in the National Institute of Health and U.S. Library of Medicine, all on nerve 2 activation. Now, for me, from a business stance, was that there's that many institutions that have a lot more credentials and money than the average person, laser focused into what our product's based around. Do you think there's something there? So that's when I started thinking business, and I went back to the product. Well, who can use this product? Well, my question to you is, who ages? So everyone breathing qualifies to use our product. Next question was our competition. What's our competition? Well, we don't have any. We have 11 patents, so no one can copy us. So last part is, that leads us to the money part. I found out this company builds a concept called leverage income. See, there's 2 ways you can develop an income in your world. There's leverage, and then there's linear. Linear is what most people do. You go to work, you get paid, but if you don't show up long term, what happens? Well, try going to your job and not showing up for 6 months. Money doesn't come in. This is where you work 40, 50, 60, 100 years in hopes to retire. The problem is 95% of people haven't been able to accomplish it completely. That's been going on for the last 3 decades. Leverage income is a model that the wealthy know how to build. It's where you invest into a company for 2 to 5 years up front, working. And then you step back and let that investment start working for you. So you're making money while you're sleeping, while you're playing. Even after you pass away, the money can go down for generations to come. So my question to you is, if you were given the option, would you rather develop an asset in 2 to 5 years or 40 to 50? Well, if you answered this one, let me ask you this. So based on what we showed you right there, would you agree we got timing? Well, yeah, and we can prove it if you look us up on NASDAQ. Our numbers are right there. Product, you saw the investigation. Do you have a product? Yeah, and we can prove that. You go to the National Institute of Health website, and that's where the studies are published. And money, well, the industry average is 40%. If you look us up, LifeVantage pays out over 50%. So based on that, do we pay okay? And last thing is there's mentorship. Meaning in this company, you don't have to go out there and guess if it works or try it out on your own. There's people there willing to teach you how to build this. All you have to understand is, hey, things are adding up. I want this 2 to 5 year plan. I'm sick of this. I want a plan B, and understand there's money here. And you have to be willing to learn. We'll be there to help you. So here's how it works. You need to follow a system. The system in this company is to show that ABC investigation 15 times a month or more. And then there's actually monthly trainings you can plug into. And based on how people's minds work, when they watch the investigation, they have the option to understand, hey, there's a franchise side of this, there's a business. I like the 2 to 5 year. Things are adding up. I want my next couple of years to look different than the last couple of years. And they can make money through buying into the franchise. Other people, they can have the option to just use the products as a customer. That's great, sign them up. For customers, you don't carry inventory and you don't deliver product. If someone wants to become a customer, there's no sign-in fees, no cancellation fees. It ships from the company to their house, so you don't ever actually touch the product as a distributor. Your job is to sign them up and cash a check. Because once they sign up, they run out every 30 days. So what do people have to do? Reorder. Every time the company ships in a product, they ship the distributor the check. So here's the products. They started with the flagship product of that Nerve 2 activator. Since then, they tapped into a companion product called NRF1, which is for the brain. They've also tapped into the animal industry, a product for your animals. They tapped into the weight management industry, which is a $200 billion industry. They tapped into energy drink industry, which is a $180 billion industry. They tapped into skincare, which is a $120 billion industry. Altogether, the products that LifeVantage has positioned itself with covers over a $300 billion market share. So now let's talk product. Business. There's 3 buy-ins. The highest buy-in to the business is $1,250, of which the company is actually going to give you $1,300 back in product value to get your family and your friends on this. They're going to give you 2 tickets to the first major training function that trains you how to develop this industry. But the biggest asset they're going to give you is mentors. The person that showed you this video. The leaders they've introduced you to. We're here to help you, so you don't have to know all this. You just have to understand, hey, things are adding up and I want to learn. And here's how the money works. The first person you sign up, the company's going to send you a check for $400. So I say, the moment you sign up, let's go sign in 3 people that same day, if not that same week. Because 3 people times 400 gives you a $1,200 check, which just now paid off your credit card. But here's the big draw. We're a publicly traded company, which means we can actually show you what we paid out last year. Here's our income disclosure report. Here's our pay levels 1 through 10, 10 being the highest in the company. Here's our monthly averages for income. And if you look, these monthly averages halfway through the ranks of the company, are replacing the average American's household income. So with that said, what I want you to understand is the next 5 years of your life is going to happen whether you do this company or not. This company is going to grow with or without you, with or without us. You just have the opportunity to maybe make the next couple of years a little bit different. And to me, everything's lining up. So if you want more information on a compensation plan, there's another video they can direct you to. I appreciate your time.